It was always a possibility. We knew it could happen, would happen. Death is inevitable. But not all is lost, hopefully. On the 18th of June, about 3 days after I finished filming episode 6, I died in UHC Generations. I wish things had gone differently. I didn't even catch it on camera. After everything dangerous I've done in my time, it was a perfect storm that cost me everything. Obviously, this has been a ginormous blow to the goal I've been trying to complete with my time, and we'll talk about that, but like I said, not all is lost. I've also got to finally reveal who my successor is, and I'm so excited for that. They've been waiting for this day since I released my very first episode. But before that, let's start from the beginning. Like I said, I don't have any footage, and it was all a bit of a blur, but I'm gonna do my best to explain what happened to the best of my ability. For starters, there's a place in the world I've never shown on camera. In fact, I think it's only ever been seen on camera one time, and that's all the way back in June of 2022 during Moai's 3rd episode. There's a small, early game zombie piglin farm near the portal to Founders Town. This farm is dangerous. It always has been, and I knew that. To use it, you have to punch a zombie piglin and stand in a precarious position over this pit so they fall into it. Then you go down below and kill them once a bunch of them have gathered up. That in and of itself isn't great, but the real danger comes from normal piglins and worse, ghasts. If you don't stay alert, either one of those could easily knock you into the pit of zombie piglins, and that would be bad news. I've used this farm dozens of times. It's how I got the majority of the XP for the Vengeance of Generations, and because of this, I had gotten cocky. Now, on the day it happened, I had just completed a large secret project, and it required a lot of digging. My pickaxe was on its last legs, so like I had many times before, I went to the farm to mend it. And it did not take long before I noticed something was off. Ghasts were, for whatever reason, spawning far more frequently than usual. Like at least one every minute or two. I had a few moments that got a little sketch, but the pickaxe still wasn't as repaired as I wanted, so I decided to push it just a little further. And of course, this is where it all turned bad. The perfect storm. 3 Endermen spawned near the farm. To be honest, I wasn't even aware they could spawn in the Nether outside of Warped Forest, so I was put off by this. But as long as I didn't look at them, no big deal, right? As long as I didn't look at them. As I was considering this, 2 or 3 ghasts spawn all around me, all at once. I have a pit full of zombie piglins ready, and I realize how dangerous the situation is. But zombie piglins are still working their way to the farm, so if I jump off, I have to fight the ghasts while evading the zombie piglins. So I start shooting my bow, and the ghasts start firing at me. I'm dodging their shots with my head on a swivel to see where the shots are coming from. As I do this, I accidentally glance for just a split second at one of the Endermen. I didn't even realize it until, among the shrieks of the ghasts, I hear the blood-chilling sound. My heart sinks. I begin to panic. I don't know what to do. It was right then that I should have paused, calmed down, and made a plan, or at least start recording. But I was overwhelmed. I don't know if it was a ghast or the Enderman, but one of them knocked me into the pit. Another moment I should have paused. I didn't. It takes me a full second or two for my brain to catch up with everything happening. I'm wearing the full Vengeance gear, so even in a situation as bad as this, I can tank a few hits. My only option is to try to kill them, and let me tell you, Sweeping Edge is a fantastic enchantment. I actually did manage to kill all of the zombie piglins, leaving me on half a heart. And this was my last chance. Pause the game and calm down. I had an enchanted golden apple, a shield, and a totem on me, but because I was there to use the farm, I had my pickaxe in my offhand. But I froze. The ghasts, the Enderman, half a heart, I just couldn't think fast enough. And then, one final zombie piglin jumped into the pit and killed me. And that was it. It was over. Just like that. I'm gonna be brutally honest. I really thought about cheating myself back to life and sweeping it under the rug. I mean, after all, you guys would be disappointed if my death was off camera, right? And I was so close to finishing my mission. Truthfully, my plan was for this episode to have been the dragon fight, and for the next episode to have been my final one. Wouldn't it be better for the viewer, even the project, if I had just pretended it didn't happen? No, it wouldn't. My goal, everything I had spent so much time both in and out of episodes creating, I've done it all because I want this world to have a rich future to give what others have given to me. But as much as I want to give back to UHCG, the truest betrayal of this project would be to break its one rule. This project really doesn't ask much, but that one rule has been the foundation of everything. Becoming a generation is a pact of trust for that one simple rule. The best thing I could ever give this world is to be true to that. So, messy as it is, here we are. At first, I was just as disappointed as you likely are about me dying this close to the end of my goal, but like I said, not all is lost. The goal has always been to hide the vengeance of generations behind a large number of treasure hunts. Not small ones either. Puzzles, dungeons, big hunts that will blow your mind. Knowing that I was approaching my finale, I had already been working on these hunts behind the scenes. In fact, it was working on a big piece of that led me to needing to repair my pickaxe. I've put over 60 hours into planning and building these hunts behind the scenes. When I died though, none of those hunts were finished. They were just pointless and disjointed pieces that led nowhere. So, as my final act, I wrote a few simple clue books. I didn't change or add any builds, I simply connected the fragments together into one grand Frankenstein hunt, bigger than any of the individual hunts were ever going to be. And at the end of that hunt, in the final build I made in the world, rests the vengeance of generations. It's not the hunts I'm planned, and I'm disappointed I didn't get to finish those, but it is a hunt I'm proud to make part of my legacy. And the best part? Someday someone might take up that hunt, get the gear, and finish what I started. It gives someone else the opportunity to be part of the gear's legacy. After all, isn't that what makes this world beautiful? A shared adventure. We all get to be links in the chain of this world's story. And so now it's almost time for me to announce my successor. But before I do, let me leave you with my final thoughts. I've made YouTube videos for over a decade now, and UHC Generations has been the most impactful series I've ever made. It's changed how I think about my videos, and it came at a time when I needed it most. The things I've said about this silly Minecraft world, I've meant every word. This world is truly beautiful, and getting to be part of it has been one of the highlights of my entire YouTube career. Everything I've done here has been out of love for what this project is, and now that my time has come, I'm so excited to see what's next. Thank you for watching. I hope you'll follow both me and the world to see what comes next. Speaking of, who is next? This person is someone I had hoped to give the world to before I even inherited the world. Imagine my surprise when they commented on the first episode saying they loved the concept. I reached out immediately, and they've been waiting ever since. And that person is none other than Legundo. Lagundo is a talented hardcore player with a deep appreciation for lore and storytelling. He is, in my opinion, the perfect pick for my successor, and I am so incredibly excited to see where he takes the world next. And to Lagundo, I say good luck and be careful. Whatever you make of your time, just remember to appreciate every moment. Death is inevitable, after all, and I'm sure you're gonna do great. And that's it. The prior generations and I just opened a community Discord for UHC Generations. We're all over there, and we are excited to share the future of the world together with you. There's a link in the description. But more importantly, Lagundo's first episode is out. Go check it out. Thanks again, everyone, for coming with me on this journey. Go make a legacy you're proud of.